have changed dramatically in the last 10, 20, even 30 years. We have an abundance of processed foods that continues to hit our shelves every year, and yet we still have this amazing supply of fresh fruits and vegetables that often go untouched. I realize the price of the items on the left here may be a bit more in the upfront cost, but in the long run, you'll notice the savings in your healthcare costs later down the road. So how do you recognize a nutritious diet? It is not a specific diet like Atkins, Weight Watchers, keto, or vegan. It's an eating pattern comprised of adequate nutrients, a good balance, calorie control, moderation of the sweets, the salty, and the savory foods that your body craves, and just that variety in the foods that you consume. So why do we choose the foods that we do? If eating is an intentional act, why do we choose potato chips over carrots? Some of our food choices have to do with our culture. There are traditional foods or cuisines that are important to certain cultures. There are ethnic foods that have meanings or at social gatherings or holidays. However, there's also that cultural competence in recognizing these cultural and social meanings and maybe incorporating some balance or moderation to these traditions. There are also people who choose the foods they eat because of their beliefs, such as omnivores or vegetarians. So what is today's excuse for not eating well? No time to cook is the common excuse. However, everyone leads a busy life, and this will not change. You cannot continue to eat poorly because of your busy schedule. Rather, you must learn to work around this schedule and prepare for it. Everyone has a little extra time at least one day a week that they can set aside to meal prep for the week. It isn't about time so much as it is about motivation, and this leads us to our next excuse. Not a high priority. When eating healthy is not a high priority, it will be eventually. Wouldn't it be better to be proactive about your health now rather than waiting until a doctor tells you that you must make it a priority or that you're going to die? You crave fast foods and sweets as another excuse. You were born this way. Your body craves certain things, and it is up to us to learn how to practice self-control. It is okay to allow yourself a treat in moderation, but eating fast food and sweets should not be something that we do every single day. Another excuse is that you have too little money to eat healthy. Yes, eating healthy can be expensive, but so will those medical bills and medication costs down the road if you do not eat healthy. Would you rather eat poorly now and make drastic changes later on in life, or maintain a healthy diet throughout your life and allow yourself a treat occasionally? I'll just take vitamins instead of eating healthy. Going back to what I said in the first video, you cannot survive off supplements. You must get the nutrients from the food you eat, not a pill. Some factors that drive our food choices are the taste, price, convenience, and other factors like advertising, habits, positive or negative associations with foods, social norms or beliefs. We must recognize these factors and change our mindset when it comes to these. As mentioned before, nutrition is constantly changing. You must continue to educate yourself and read up on the latest research. There are a lot of different theories and approaches out there, but as an educated person, you must sift through all the material to figure out what is best for you and your patient or client. So how do we change our behavior when it comes to nutrition and diet? Well, I can tell you it's not going to be easy. It's going to take a lot of effort and willingness to change. There are 6 stages to behavior change, and you must be realistic with your goals. Change will not happen overnight. If your goal is to lose weight, think of how long it took you to gain that weight. It will take you double that to lose it. It takes 21 days for something to become a habit. So if those first 3 weeks of your change will be tough, but if you stick it out, then you will succeed, and you'll feel so much better because of it. In order to be successful with your change, though, it's imperative that you start evaluating nutrient density. Even if your goal is not to lose weight, you must know how to spot nutrient-dense foods or meals versus the non-nutrient-dense ones. The nutrient-dense foods are the ones that will give you the most bang for your buck, meaning the calories are not very high for the healthy ingredients in the food. For example, vegetables are nutrient-dense, candy is not. You must take time for food prep. While it may seem like it's taking you a long time, you will notice that in the long run, it'll actually save you some time. And whenever possible, combine different types of foods into your meals. Add in some vegetables to your breakfast. Maybe mix them in with some scrambled eggs. Have some fruit with dinner, or supplement your protein-rich lunch with some carbohydrates as well.